So in the last section, what we have studied is, I guess we studied till this point, that how to lab number. Let me check what is the lab number. Okay, so any issue in this code, how to run the multiple VLANs on a single switch? Any issue with that? Yes, no, all good.
Good, actually.
Good, right? If you need anything, just have a look of the video again and then let me know, right? So now what we will do is we will start with our see that was the program number 9, right? Configured VLAN in a loop. 9 and 10 actually. Here we are, see, separate file password, configure the VLAN. So here we are taking the input from separate files. Now we will go with lab number 11, 12, and 13. See, this is like list, password, configured Ospf and all. So here, rather than, see, yesterday we saw, I hope that we know that how this work now. So here, rather than going to use F of, just guys be on mute. Rather than opening that file, what I will do is I'll just create one list. And here in that list, I'll just put 192. I'll just put the IP addresses 192.168. 1 dot, what was the IP? 224, right? Let me check again. So this is our lab. This is, see, this we have turned it on, which is 192.168.1.224, 192.168.225. So let's try to ping that first, right? So let's ping 192.168.1.224. Right, I'm able to ping that. Let's try for 225 as well. Okay, we have a connectivity. Now, see here, there is a router. So let's try and check. Do we have connectivity to the router, or we need to give the IP addresses and configure the SSH in it? Because right now we need to configure OSPF and BGP. So let's take a router. That will be great. It will take time. Okay, that's fine. Show IP interface brief. Okay, we have an IP address already. Let me check. We have configured the Telnet or yeah, Telnet or not. Okay, I have configured that. What username that I have given? Okay, perfect. So I think we are good. Let's check the connectivity for router as well. What is the IP of that router? Ping 192.168.1.90. See, we are able to reach the router. Now we have a connectivity. Now we can automate our network. So let's move ahead with a lab. So here what I'll do is, first of all, we will take, let's turn on this router as well. Right. So I think this is a multi-layer switches, so we can configure Ospf as well. So now what I will do is, let's configure everything on these 4 devices. These 2 routers, these 2 switches, and these 2 routers. Now, before that, let's consider, or let's write the IP addresses. 192.168.1.225. This will be second switch IP address. 192.168.1.90. This will be router IP address. 192.168.1.91. This will be second router IP address. And here what I'll do is, for host in L, means it will take 11 digit at a 11 IP at a single time. Now this will be help me to telnet our particular host, then this will be read until command. It will wait until username will come. That whatever the username that you will enter, it will take from this db underscore user in the byte format. Then if there is a password, then it will hit the password from this db underscore pwd environmental variable. Then it will print this line that welcome to automation. Then this will print this line that this code will save the configuration of the host. No, we do not want to save the configuration. We want to configure what? We need to configure ospf. So what I will do is just say config t. Now see, one more thing I want to tell you guys. If we want to copy paste this line, no, what you can do is just go to last at the end of the line and hit Control D. It will be automatically copy pasted at the end. So here, what I will do is int loopback. Let's create a loopback as well. Loopback 1. Let's create one loopback. IP address 1.1.1.1 255.255.255.255. Now that's it about loopback. Let's configure ospf. Router ospf 1 network 0.0.0.0. I'm taking default path. Default root, sorry, not path. Area 0. Right, so what is remaining? BGP is remaining, right? So what to do is yeah, any questions? Guys, if no questions, then just be on mute. Will be a problem. Let's not configure BGP at this moment because we are dealing with lot of things now. So when we will gonna deal with only 2 routers, then we will put the BGP off. So we can create the neighborship. So okay, now what we are doing is we are configuring OSPF and loopback interfaces in all the routers and switches. Suppose now let's take access of router 2 as well. So we are in, let me quickly check. Okay, we have set ping 192.168.1.221. Okay, I'm able to ping that. It means we have the connectivity, we have everything over here. Now quickly check. Okay, we have loopback 1 and 2. So let's remove that first. Config T, no loopback 1, sorry, no interface loopback 1, no interface loopback 2, and show IP interface diff. Okay, I don't have any loopback now. Here as well. Here as well. And show IP interface diff here as well. Okay, let's debug terminal monitor. Right, let's debug the router first. Before that, let's run our code. Okay, before running our code, tell me, is there any issues? Anything which is not getting in the code? Yes, guys. Yes, no.
That loopback IP will change for all routers, or like all devices, it will be same.
This configuration will be the same. Obviously, we are creating same loopback on same interfaces, same devices. So that is like you can change. This is just I have taken for demo. It is not what we used to do in our live network, right?
Yeah. Good.
Any other questions? See guys, if you're not asking question, it means that I'll move ahead. Huh? So let's run the code then. Okay, telnet session close. What is the error? EOF error. Okay, end of file error. Let me run this code. Okay, EOF error. This is the first time I'm getting this error. Let me check what is the error is. Okay, this is correct. Let's telnet to device from outside and let's see 192.168. What's happening? Let's telnet to the same switch. 192.168 1.22. Array? Wait. Password require. It means that the configuration that we have saved, which is not working today, need to set up the new. Okay, that's fine. That will not be a big deal for us to set up the new telnet. I think we have missed to write the configuration last time. So let's quickly configure the telnet on each and every devices. So here, let's configure telnet. That's right. Sorry, do right. Okay, just move ahead, exit. And now let's try to telnet 192.168.1.224. Now it's fine. Let's do the same for this. Do right. Let's do the same for this. And now let's try to run the code. I guess we have not turned on switch number 5. Let's deal with switch number 5 as well. Enable all, do right. Okay, done. Now let's run the code. See, now it is working. Welcome to the automation. Switch number 4, it is configuring. So let's check. See, sorry, router 1, right? So see, we are getting interface loopback 1, which is created. Show IP protocols. See, Ospf has been initiated on each and every router. Show IP protocol. What about router number 2? Is there any issue? Okay, fail to connect. See, for router number 1, till router 1 it's fine, but on router number 2 we are getting error. So let's check the connectivity first. See guys, before entering any of the automation, just check the connectivity. See, I'm not getting connectivity to router number 2, and that is the reason I'm not able to communicate with router number.
Router number 2 is 1.91, I believe, IP address, but it is not mentioned in the list. Right? It is there, okay. 1.91 or 92?
I think so. Let me check the IP. It's 91, right? So let's 91. I'm able to ping. Let's try to telnet. We have just turned on the router, no? So it is like it will take time. It should not actually. Let's go. Okay, telnet is working fine. Why my code is not getting? Now we will fix that issue. So 91, right? So let's remove this. Let's run the code again. Okay, now it is working. See, now we will get show IP protocols. See, now Ospf is there. Now tell me any issues in code? Yes or no? Or shall I move ahead with another one? No issues?
Yes, yes.
Yes, issues or no issues?
No issues actually. Yeah.
That's fine. Now our lab number 12 says that we need to take a backup of this all the 4 devices in what? In txt format, right? But what we will gonna do is we will gonna save the config with the help of datetime module. So and even know that how we can use datetime module. Yes or no? Or what we can do is we can use the datetime module in advanced lab, right? So here, let's move it simple. What I'll do is I'll just write this IP in a txt file 192.168.1.90, 192.168.1.91. So I have written this file, this IP address in the line. What I'm doing is f is equal to open wtd.txt. Here there is a f, so it will take one IP at each time. The thing is we just need to strip that host, f dot strip. Okay, sorry, yeah, host dot strip, not f dot strip. So this will get this host telnet lib. The configuration, what we used to do is we need to save the configuration, right? So for saving the configuration, taking the backup, what I will do, let's until this will be same, config t is not required. Let's move to terminal length h0. Now let's go to show run. Now let's show run. Then what else we can do? Let's say exit. That's fine. Now this code will copy all the configuration. Now copy is done. Now we need to save that configuration. So what I will do is I will save this configuration in result variable, right? Let me know if you're not getting at that point only. So what I'll do is I'll just save the config in another file with open. That file name should be, let's create a folder as well. So for creating the folder, we have seen in earlier classes, right? How to create the folder, where we can create, and here we will use exception handling as well. So how to use exception handling here? Okay, let's write a program from the scratch. You'll get it. You'll be more familiar with it. So import telnet lib, git pass, and OS. Here I'll just write try, which is exception handling. I'll just gonna ask user is equal to input, enter the username, right? This will be the code. Now here I'll gonna ask with password. I'll gonna use the git pass module, git pass dot git pass, right? So now I'll just open one file which will take the IP addresses wtd.txt in the read format. So what I'll need to create a folder in the same directory, right? So let's create the folder in the same directory. So I already have a folder, so let me delete it first. In the advanced lab, we're gonna see that if it is there, how to delete it or not. Now path is equal to os dot, what, can anyone tell me how to create the folder?
mkdir.
Perfect. Make directory. Same like Linux. Make directory. Just config. Right now, let's print some message for the user that this code will take the backup for all the devices, right? This is done. So at the end as well, we can use backslash. This is also done. Now what I'm doing is I'm for line means I'm taking one by one IP now in F, right? So here what I'll do is host is equal to line dot strip. Now I'll again print some message for the user is backslash n of I am working on what line, right? So let's make it as f string. Okay, this is done. Sorry, not line, a host. It is not line. Capital host. So this is also done. Now let's create a tn variable which will help us to telnet the particular host. So what I'll do is telnet lib dot telnet of host. Here what I'll do is now I need to wait until the username, right? So read until the byte string, do not forget that username. Then after this I need to write the username. Tn dot write, what is user will be the variable which will take the user. I need to encode it, add is then variable plus for new line what I'll do is bytecode of new line. So this will encode my string. Okay, any issues? Oh, here it could be like this. Now this is done for username. Let's try for password. If password tn dot read until password tab, which is let's say bytecode of password. Here what I'll do is tn dot write. Guys, you are getting right? If you're not, let me know. Password dot encode. Getting or not? Why? I'm asking you why.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, this is done. Now what I will do is we need to do the configuration part, means the command part. What I'll do, bytecode of terminal length 0. Now I'll do show run and exit. Now see, this is all done. Now we need to save the configuration. So for saving the configuration, what I'll take, just take one variable name as read is equal to tn dot read all dot decode. So which will save my config, and I need to push this configuration in the file. So open. Now here I already created a folder name as config. So what I will do is I'll just go to config folder first, config. Then here I need to save the file as switch pch switch %s.txt, and here I want host, and this file should be in write mode as let's say result, right? So now what I'll do is result dot write, and I need to pass what? I need to pass read, that the file that I have read. Now here, I hope that you're getting this part. Here, what I'll do is print same. I have completed the task. Now, see, we have taken exception handling over here. So what I will do is I will catch that error except file exist error. It means if the configuration file is already exist, then it will pop up the error. So that error name is file exist error, and it will print the user that config folder is already exist, right? So this will be our entire code. Now let's run the code. Run. See, it is asking me, okay, we have used gate pass, so need to debug that code. That you need to keep in mind. Debug. You're asking username, I'll put my username. Password, I'll put my password. Now it is working. So it is working on 224 now. It is taking a time. It means something has happened. Actually, it should give us the error. Why it is not giving the error? It should throw the exception because config folder is already exit. No. It will. I think the code is in Telnet library, right? So it will not give the error. What is happening? Let's stop it. For a matter, let's use os.environment variable dot get dot tb underscore pwd. So let's run the code. Username will be Dheeraj. See, now it is getting config folder is already exist. So what I will do is, see guys, what I did, I hope that you got this point. I have just changed the gate pass module. So now it is showing me the error. See, I'm just writing username, which is Dheeraj. It is showing me that config folder is already exist. Can anyone tell me why I'm getting that particular line? Guys?
Because this config folder in Telnet link.
Yeah. So this command, when we run this code, this command is already been executed, and that is the reason we are making the directory. And at this point, if we are making the same directory on the same path, it will throw the error, right? So that error will be file exist error. And at this point, my interpreter will move out of this try block and will catch this exception, which is config folder is already exist. Now in the advanced lab, we will gonna see that how to remove that folder. Now I have removed that folder. Let's run the code. It is asking for username. I'll just put a username. Now it is working on 224 now. So let's see over here.